What is going on, everybody? In this video, we are going to be covering a Go High Level tutorial and giving you a step-by-step guide for beginners. And stick until the end, and I'll give you my honest review of this software compared to other softwares. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Justin Saunders, and do yourself a favor right now and hit that subscribe button down below, because we post free content, free videos, and stuff like this that people usually charge thousands of dollars for free. So with that being said, let's just jump in and discuss what we are going to be covering inside this video to make sure that you are in the right spot and make sure that you get what you are looking for. So first things first, we're going to be covering what exactly is Go High Level, and do you even need it for your business? Next is how to use Go High Level and set all of this up. After we go through there, I'm going to show you the easiest way to cut your learning curve through this. And more importantly, how to automate a lot of the tasks that you can use in here. That's one of the benefits that I found from using High Level is you're able to automate a lot of things. After we show you how to automate a lot of the tasks and all the cool features inside High Level, we're going to be covering the affiliate program. It's talking about how you can make some extra dinero on the side by just promoting their services, which honestly, they have one of the better affiliate programs I have seen out in the space. And then we'll wrap it up with giving you my honest review. Now, I personally have been with High Level from the very start. As soon as I started an agency, back in 2017, I was always constantly looking for different softwares and stuff like that. And High Level is one of the ones that has stuck out. And I've been around since literally they first started. So I've kind of seen everything transform, see where they're going, spoke with the owners. And I'm going to give you my honest review on how this software works and if it's going to be a good fit for you. So stick until the end. We'll cover that. And then also, because we're always about the bonuses is here, I'll give you a chance to get my exact snapshot on this video as well. So stick until the end. We got a lot of cool things we want to cover. But first things first, what exactly is Go High Level and do you need it in your business? So if you break it down, High Level is a marketing automation software designed to help you get more leads, sales, and customers. Go High Level helps you with all of your sales and marketing needs on one single platform. So basically, to sum this up, you have everything you need to run an online business in one platform. And the reason High Level has been able to be so successful is because they condensed the amount of money that you pay for other softwares and for some people that can't afford other softwares and put it all into one. So basically, if you want to think about everything you need in an online business to run successfully is in one platform. It sounds really nice, but does it actually work as well as it sounds? Before we jump into all the triggers, the automations, the actual go-to things on High Level, let's first talk about the different pricing plans and what might be right for you. So High Level actually offers a free 14-day trial, which is something that I absolutely love because you can get familiar with it and you can test things out. And if you're running a social media marketing agency, you can actually go out there and get a client and then charge them to pay you for this. So I love how they offer a 14-day trial. It actually helps a lot of business owners first get started. And if at any point throughout this video, you're like, hey, I want to try this out, I'll leave a link down below exclusively for my 14-day free trial. It'll be right down in the description down below. So go ahead and click that if you ever want to get started with this, or at least just give it a shot. And as we go through here, we're just going to fill this out as go through here and show you actually what the actual prices are and everything. So give me 1 second. You can see right here that you have the $97 agency starter plan, or you have the $297 agency unlimited plan. Now, as you go through here, there are some higher packages on here, which we'll go over in more detail in a second. But basically, as most people first get started, you have the $97 agency starter plan, and then the $297, which is the agency. And I believe the main difference behind this is the agency, you can have unlimited accounts, and I'll show you that in a second. Whereas the $97 agency starter plan, it's a lot more specific. You don't get as much access. Now, one of the things I did find out recently is they do have a $497 SaaS program as well, which talk more software sales and stuff like that, which I personally don't use. I've had this 297 agency plan for a while. We have a lot of clients accounts on there and it works out pretty well. So you can see right here that you have a couple different options. If you're just now watching this video, highly suggest that you just click the link down below and at least get started with this to see if it's something that works out for you. And then maybe you can go out there and get a client yourself to run these ads for. So as we're inside here, I want to take you to what the platform actually looks like and everything on here as far as like the software. This is the most up-to-date platform. If you're watching this video and it looks a little bit different for you, there's an option where you can come up here and upgrade it for free. Or if this video is a couple years older, don't worry, I'll have another video down below going in more detail. But at the time of this video, this is the most up to date. And what you'll see when you're in here is the first things first, you'll have a bunch of different actual accounts over here that you can go into, which are your clients. And from the clients accounts, this is what it would look like, right? You would have basically a bunch of different accounts depending on which plan you get. Again, I have the 297 plan, so I'm going to share with you what it looks like on here. But if you go back to the agency view, which is basically what it looks like for you inside here when you manage all of your accounts, you've got your agency dashboard, which we don't really hook up a lot of like Stripe accounts or anything inside here because we keep it pretty simple. But just know if you wanted to really track your revenue and stuff, you could really hook up Stripe and your payment processor and get really specific with it on here. You've got your accounts, which is all of your clients' accounts, account snapshots, where you can actually come in here and get snapshots. So basically a snapshot is basically almost a entire high level account already pre-made for you. So let's say, for example, you wanted to come in here and you signed a chiropractic client. Well, you can come in here and they will give you example Facebook ads, and then they'll actually basically install everything for you and show you how you come in here and like edit specific things, which I think is really cool, especially for people that are more in the beginner space of running a social media marketing agency or just running your own business. They've got a lot of cool things on here. Now, I will say the stuff on here, it's good as a beginner, but as you transition and get better in your business, you're going to want to customize these a little bit more yourself and create some of your own snapshots. Next is reselling, which is a new feature on here. I personally have not had much experience with the reselling feature because I honestly think it just came out. So we're going to skip that right now. The marketplace, which is something I like as well, is they have options in here where you can come in and if you wanted to white label any of your services, you come in here and sell these type of things. So you'll see you have like copywriting. You come in here and if your client needed copywriting, come in here and buy this and sell it to them. And then you would just mark it up. So you can see right here, suggested retail price. If you wanted to sell for $373, you'd pay this company $186 to sell it, and then you would just mark it up. So they have a white labeling software in here, which is kind of cool to go through. I personally have only gone through it once and did the copywriting for myself, and it was good. It took a while to process. So I would say if you're going to go this route, make sure you over communicate with who's ever doing it for you and figure out a timeline so you can prepare that for your clients or yourself. Next, partners. These are if you wanted to become a partner with GoHighLevel, you can go through here and learn a little bit more about the affiliate and the partner plans and the certified partner plans. We're going to be talking more about the affiliate on this call. And then from there, you can mess around with a couple more things, understanding the university, the SaaS education ideas, which I kind of like. With the ideas, GoHighLevel is actually, they take a lot of their information and they take a lot of the feedback from clients and then build that into what they have here. And that's why they've kind of come up with something that's so unique and different from everybody else, because they're just taking the feedback from their current clients. So let's say, for example, we wanted to come in here and I'll actually just kind of show you what this looks like. Is when you have this, every account you have actually basically like a CRM right here, which is really cool. You can have your opportunities, how many leads you have in here, what's the pipeline value. I know for this specific account, this is actually what we were doing on closed deals. And then you can have conversion rates. So what I found with tracking is whatever you set up for your tracking, stick to it because everyone's is going to be different. A lot of times you'll see more newbie people in the marketing space. They'll go in here and post a picture of their pipeline value saying, we made our client $500,000 this month. And in reality, all they're doing is just putting each lead that comes in as like a $3,000 lead, which is cool to see. But at the end of the day, like When you get a little bit more experience with marketing, you understand the only thing that actually matters is close deals. Pipeline value doesn't really matter. So what we've done here is make this actually close deals. And if you're watching this, I'd recommend that you do that for your client too. Point being is you can come through here and understand like a funnel, like basically how everything looks over here. You have your different CRMs over here, depending on where all the leads are. So you can get a little bit creative with this. And they gave you pie charts, which is really cool to see. And then you can see down here, like where your lead sources are coming from. And if you go in conversations, I really like this because you can basically communicate with your prospects every way possible. And again, this can be for your own business or your client's business. We particularly use it for both. And it's a really good opportunity to come in here. You can email, text, and even call your leads from here. And you have your unread messages, your recent, your all, and you can go in here and just get a really good understanding of where everybody is. And then you have your templates up here, your trigger actions, your manual actions. We'll cover that a little bit more in detail here in a second. But as we go through here, you'll be able to hook up your calendar, which if you wanted to do that, you'd come down to settings, and I'll cover that here in a second. But you can come down here and actually hook up your calendar, your team members' calendars. So for example, this is one of our old team members. You can come in here in his calendar. You could see your sales guys' calendars in here, or if your clients' calendars. It's a really cool opportunity. They've tried to model off of the site called Calendly.com, if you're familiar with them, which is a great software. Contacts, all of your contacts are updated in here, and you can go through here and do whatever you want with them. Opportunities, this is basically how you, if you want to create a CRM, you could have a couple different opportunities in here. Again, you can see this is a little bit of an older pipeline that we never really used. Just kind of threw some things around in here to show you what it at least looks like, but you could have multiple different pipelines in here. Some of these are more confidential information, so I can't share that with you, but just know you can have multiple pipelines, which is pretty cool. Payments, if you wanted to set up your payments on there. Email marketing, you could have your templates in here. And I really like how their email schedule, how their email is played out in here. It makes it really simple and easy to do. If you wanted to come in here and do a new template and just create the same thing off of it, you could come in here and just edit and then resend it. And then you could actually go through here and schedule them. And there's a lot of different ways you can go about this. I'd recommend creating your own templates. And then as you go through here, it makes life a lot easier. Now, the fun part about this is automations. You'll see in here that you have workflows, campaigns, and triggers. Workflows are, if you're familiar with a site kind of like Active Campaign, a workflow is basically just like it takes you through a workflow from A to Z. So for example, let's just see if we can just give you a rough draft of one in here right now. So create new workflow. Let's just say it starts from Brennan's call reminders, which is a campaign. And basically this is what it would look like, right? Once a new lead comes in from this campaign, this will say wait, and then it's going to send them an SMS. You can kind of say how long you want it to be, 2 minutes, and then wait 1 minute, send them an email. And the email could be something like reminding them of their appointment, and then wait again, and then SMS another message. So it's really cool because there's a lot of things you can do with this. You can see all these options over here. And what I really like about this is it basically just kind of makes everything into one play. So if you're familiar with Active Campaign, they have something like this inside their software where you can do a lot better with emails. You can add them to a custom Facebook audience if you wanted down here too. Just have to have all that actually hooked up, which is really cool to do. I'm not going to do anything right now because I don't want to mess up anything on this old account, but just know you can go through here and create workflows, which is actually really cool. It's a little bit complicated when you first get started, but once you understand it, it makes life a lot easier and it's really cool. Next is sites, which I like a lot. You can actually have funnels in here, websites, memberships, forms, surveys, chat widgets, media. I'm not too sure. I believe that's just all the media that you have, and then URL redirects. So basically, as we kind of quickly go through here, funnels, they kind of mimicked after ClickFunnels, which is awesome. You can have all of your funnels inside one play here. So instead of just paying for ClickFunnels, instead of paying for Active Campaign and email software, instead of paying for Zapier, you have everything in one place, which is what I really like. And I'll just give you a quick example of this. Like, we have one of our funnels on here for our ebook where you can discover how to retain clients by using these 4 strategies. And then thank you page, basic funnel stuff in here. Websites, if you wanted to have your own website on here, we have some templates actually that we give our clients. Let me just see if I can show you this. But you can actually have your own website on here, which is kind of cool. And you can check your stats. One thing I like about this is if you come into let's go into free trainings, you can come in here and go to sales. If you're tracking sales, this particular funnel is not, or any specific stats between specific times. Now, I will say the one thing that I don't like about the funnels and high level on here is inside ClickFunnels. If you're paying for their service, and it's what I'm going to compare it to on here, is you can actually go into ClickFunnels and split test the funnels, meaning on, let's say this page right here, you could have an option A and then an option B. Now, high level does this, but one thing that kind of upsets me with how they've structured this is they make you pay for the $497 a month program just to get that feature. And I've talked to some of the people that work there about this as well. And it just doesn't make sense because the account that I have particularly is a $297 account, which is the agency account. And most agencies need to be split testing. So they only give that in the software, the SaaS program, which to me doesn't make much sense. But, as far as everything else, there's not many complaints. I mean, it works out, but if you are on high level and you're watching this video, hopefully that's something that you guys can fix, because from a consumer's perspective and a lot of other people I've talked to, it just doesn't make sense why that wouldn't be featured in the agency program as well. So as far as that, you have forms. You can actually build your own forms. I'll give you an example of this as you go through here. Maybe if you wanted to have them apply for to work with you or something, you come in here and actually fill out a full form, name, email, phone number. You can add a bunch of other things in here. You can add your own custom fields. So these are ones that I actually created. How much revenue is your business doing per month? You can do stuff like this, and you can automate all this stuff, which is really cool. Next, you have surveys, which is maybe you wanted to take a little bit deeper look into a survey, have someone actually fill out a full survey before they even come through here. And then it's kind of the same thing as a form, but a little bit longer. You can go in here, custom fields. Maybe you want their website link. What makes you different from everybody else? These are just old ones that we've used. So you can get a little creative with it for sure. I'm actually going to delete that. And then chat widgets, media, and URL redirects. A lot of cool things you can do on here as well. Not going to go into too much detail on that, but let me go back to the automations, because I honestly completely forgot to go over campaigns, which is ultimately one of the best parts about high level. Is whenever you collect an information, you can put them in a campaign. And I'll give you an example of, let's say this lead magnet, right? This ebook follow-up, say that, right? So once somebody goes into that funnel I showed you about requesting the free ebook, they then get this text message 15 minutes after. And it's just hey, this is kind of the user face of customizing it, which I really like. They make it really easy to do. You can even send tests. If you have templates, you can come in here. If you have custom values, you could go in here and put hey, first name, whatever it is. High level does a really good job with this. I like it a lot. And then it's kind of almost like the workflow as well. But this was actually before the workflows. Campaigns was always a thing before workflows. And then you can kind of time it in here as well. They added the workflow so you could add other things like zapping it or making a trigger that it goes over to a Facebook audience or something like that. But you could literally have people go in here forever and just be in your campaign and hear from you forever. So these are really powerful things. I like it a lot. And then triggers, which is ultimately the next best thing that high level came out with. If you're familiar with Zapier, basically triggers are the same thing. It's just triggers inside high level. So for example, let's just create a trigger and walk you through it. Let's call this test. There's a lot of things you can do, so you're gonna have to mess around with this, but here's all the things. So basically this is which event should trigger this automation. So when one of these things happen, it starts to trigger. So let's say, for example, when somebody books an appointment, you add the filter and you can say in calendar, whatever, you can pick the person's calendar. So let's say they applied for High Ticket Freedom, which is my company, on my calendar. Then you go over here to what action should we perform? Well, we're going to want to add and update them to an opportunity, which is basically updating them in the CRM. So we're going to add them to the master pipeline, and then we can select the stage that they're in. Well, this person, if they booked a call, they're going to be on call booked. And then that's basically from there. And the really cool thing is you can add a lot more on here. So you can like add a tag. You could say booked JS calendar booked, whatever it is, like you can get creative with it. And you can add a bunch of different things on here. You can assign it to a specific user. This is great if you have a big team. You can remove them from past campaigns. You can add them to a new campaign. So let's see if we go add to campaign, appointment reminders. And then there's so many things you can do. Now, one of the things, and I'll let you kind of mess around with this, it's why I suggest getting the free trial. Links down below for 14 days free trial, just messing around with it. And then what I really like is you can actually execute a webhook. Now, this is a little bit more advanced. If you'd like me to make a full video on this, just let me know down in the comments. But this is how, if you execute a webhook, this can be triggered over to Zapier, and then you can do all kinds of different automations. So basically, like what we have is when someone books an appointment, GoHighLevel executes a webhook, sends it over to Zapier, which sends it over to Slack, which notifies me and my team. And when you do that, there's so many more options. I mean, if you think this is a lot of options, when you execute a webhook, it's game over, game over. So there's a lot of cool things. Again, that's going to have to be a whole video by itself. If you'd like to see that, would be happy to share that with you. But this is basically like an overview of how GoHighLevel looks and how it works. We've gone through this. The last thing I want to cover with you inside the actual portal is the business info. So this is where if you have your account or a client's account, you'd put the information on here: email, phone number, website. These emails, phone numbers aren't even active anymore. So if you're watching this and you want to get at it, more power to you. API key, if you need that, you can copy that and send it out. If you want to call voicemail settings, you can come here and update all of this. Your company address, general basic stuff over here. And a lot of stuff over here is your staff. So if you have specific team members on here, you can add them on here. So for example, if you wanted to come on here and add a new employee, give them specific access to only certain things, you come in here and like check this off. And what I always do with my clients, we only give them a certain amount of things on here, because if we give a client access to everything, they might come in and mess up some campaigns and things like that. Pipelines, you can create your pipelines here. Those are your opportunities. This is how you add calendars. You can add your client's calendar, or your closers' calendars on here. And as you go through here, there's just a lot of things you can do. Your custom fields here, reputation management. I don't personally use that much. Domains, if you want to connect any of your domains here, which is really cool, you can have unlimited there. Your media, your URL redirects, your integrations. This is where you would actually connect your GoHighLevel or your emails, your Facebook accounts, your Google accounts, your Stripe accounts. Literally, it's all there if you have specific tags. So there's a lot that goes into everything that goes into play with GoHighLevel. And it's one of those things where it's not even possible to go through enough on one video. But basically what I want to share with you here is how to kind of shortcut your learning curve, because the one thing I've found about this is if you're new to it, it's going to seem very intimidating, but there's a lot of things that you can learn. And if you commit to it for the long haul, it'll be something that benefits you and your business for the rest of your life. What I really like about GoHighLevel is they have this support platform where a lot of people don't really know about, to be honest with you. And if you ever need to learn how to do something, they literally have videos and articles on everything. One thing I will say about GoHighLevel is they do have a really good support system. So like, let's say, for example, you want to come in here and learn more about surveys. They have a full video walking you through how to do it, literally everything. So like, let's say, for example, you wanted to learn how to set up your calendar. They talk about like new features. You can come in here and understand more about like how to do all this. They explain syncing, but like all these are videos and like things that are very well walked through and teaching you how to do this. So by doing this, high level makes it a lot more user friendly for beginners to go in and understand it. And even more people like myself, who I've been with high level since they've started, and they're always updating things. So you got to stay on top of what they're doing. And this is the best way to do it. And I think they did a great job with sharing that with everybody as well. All right, so we showed you how to automate high level. There's a lot of cool things you can do in here. The last thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to automating is snapshots, which we kind of talked about at the beginning. Basically, high level makes it so you can create, let's say you go in there and you create the best account ever for one of your clients. Instead of having to go through there and recreate it, they actually came out with something called a snapshot where you can just duplicate that exact funnel, give it to another client, and change some names. And this has been huge because when I first started with high level, it was one of those things where I would have a VA go in and then just recreate the entire thing, which ended up costing a lot more money, the VA spending more time. And now it's something where it's a huge shortcut and it makes life a lot easier. And they actually come with pre-made snapshots, which I showed you earlier in here as well. So I think that's an awesome feature that High Level came out with. Now, the next thing that is really beneficial about High Level is their affiliate program. And they really have two different tiers inside the affiliate program. Tier one is the program that pays you out 40% monthly reoccurring commission for every paying agency customer you send them. So basically, anyone that you send them that uses your link, you get 40% of that monthly reoccurring revenue, which when you start adding this up, you can get a consistent couple $1,000s coming in consistently. I know some people that make over 10K a month just from using this as an affiliate software. So I like it a lot. It's really good and it's an easy way to stack up. And the cool thing about it is if you get somebody in here and they stay for a while, that's just reoccurring revenue that just stays and stays and stays with you. So tier one is really good. Tier two, which is also really cool, is additionally anyone that you sign up for a commission, anyone that they sign up underneath you, you get 5% of that. So for example, I started this and I gave my brother Blake my link to sign up. He signed up for the agency, so I automatically got 40% of his. And then anything that he brings in underneath him, I get 5% of that. So it's really cool because I sit back and just collect money coming through here. And it's something that you can do as well. And I highly suggest if you're going to get in here, you might as well take advantage of the affiliate program because it's really rock solid and can be some good cash for you coming through. Now it's time to give you my honest review on High Level and if I recommend it for you. Now, the short answer is High Level is awesome. It's got everything you need in one place. It takes the billing down as well. Instead of using 10 different softwares, paying for all these different softwares, you pay for one software and you have everything in one play. However, what I have found over the years of doing this is since there is so much going on with High Level, there are little bugs that come through. And I'm not talking about little like bugs that fly around. I'm talking about bugs inside the software, meaning that sometimes things just don't work how you want. And it does become a little annoying when you have a lot of clients that come through and say, well, I updated my CRM, but the CRM, the opportunity didn't update. And you know, in your mind, it's just a High Level issue and there's not really much you can do other than submit them a ticket. There's just a lot of little things that go on. It's something that you'll kind of have to experience yourself. But as you get along with it, it's one of those things that becomes a little bit easier to deal with. But one of the things I think High Level could focus a lot more of their attention on rather than expanding into 10,000 different things is focusing a lot more of their attention on fixing the issues that are already in there. Again, at the end of the day, we're in a software-based world right now, guys. Like nothing's ever going to be perfect by any means. However, I do believe that High Level is one of those opportunities where if you are running a online business, you need to have a High Level account because it just makes life a lot easier. Instead of having a Zapier account, a ClickFunnels account, a Active Campaign account, a Twilio account, you have everything just inside one, which makes your life more organized and more simple. Now, the last thing I'll leave you with on my review with High Level is depending on where you are at with your business. If you are a complete beginner, just getting started with this, not many software expenses or anything really, 100% you should go into High Level. However, if you are already a well-established business owner and you already have softwares and your business is already doing really well, I would probably say, to be honest with you, you might want to stay away or gradually get into it, because the one thing that I found with my business is if I just picked up and put them all in different softwares, it would be an enormous cluster of things that I just wouldn't want to deal with. So, depending on where your business is at, I think you need to kind of go in here and at least take the trial and see if it's something that would make sense for you. But overall, High Level is a great software. It's changing the online space and making your life and my life a lot more simple. So, with that being said, I promised at the beginning of this video, if you guys want a chance to get my exact snapshot, all you have to do is sign up with my affiliate link down below and then leave a comment saying that you signed up. And then I'll reach out with next steps and actually give you the link so you can use that snapshot and just copy and paste it inside your own High Level, which will ultimately save a lot of time and give you the right stuff that you need to really fast track your results with High Level. So that's it for this video. If you guys found value, make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one.